Hello. Um, I have a question, which is that in one of your previous writings, you said about uh, Stoicism. Wisdom does not beget Stoicism. Stoicism begets wisdom. I probably got the wording right because I'm kind of nervous, but essentially the idea was that if you are if you want to be stoic, you kind of have to work it through a reverse angle of instead of trying to be stoic, you sort of try to become wiser first through experience, and then as a natural consequence of living a good life, you become stoic as a consequence rather than aiming at stoicism directly. Can you elaborate a bit on that? I know you've written posts about it, but still, I'd like to hear your thoughts.
What share my thoughts about what? I mean, what don't you understand?
What was absurd for me in this is that I actually kind of agreed with this in the sense that when I read a lot of self-help literature in the contemporary context, I know it has a very sort of derisive connotations when you actually use the word self-help. But there's a famous person, Brian Holiday, who's written a lot about Stoics, and the idea is that you always sort of try to. A lot of people say to try to advocate, to emulate the ideas of what Stoics have done, and you have made an argument that, like, rather than sort of aiming directly at stoicism, sort of live a good life and sort of try to become wise, and then
Well, I think that you're guilty of what almost everyone's guilty of when they read my work, is that I'm not advocating that. What I am saying is that trying to be stoic can never make anyone wise. The difference is I am not saying that you shouldn't do it. I recommend nothing. But you can practice stoicism and meditation and mindfulness and all of these things, and that does not lead to wisdom. But it doesn't mean I don't recommend it. It doesn't mean that I say you shouldn't do it. You can do whatever you want. So you attributed those words to me, and you said that I recommended that you should do that, and that's why words must be chosen very carefully. I did not recommend either way. You can do whatever you want. But
uh,
I will. But I will say that trying to be stoic will absolutely, never in a million years, lead to wisdom. Now, you also said that that I said that you should pursue wisdom as a way to get to stoicism. Well, why the hell would anyone want to be stoic? If you are, you are. But what? Once again, this is a classic example of the prescription becoming the goal. Well, what, you get into heaven if you're stoic? You get points? There's no points for anything. So these are all just the turning the prescriptions into the god. You should be stoic. No, you shouldn't. There's no should. If you want to be stoic, you can. If you want to follow all the books that you're mentioning about, go ahead, do it. But stoicism will never lead to wisdom, ever, ever. You could practice for a million lifetimes; it will never happen. Does that mean you shouldn't do it? No. You can even try it for yourself. And that's the best way to do it. Try it for yourself and see for yourself. Don't believe me. But I'm saying it won't. But I'm not saying you shouldn't do it.
thank you so much. My apologies, I actually sort of
No, no,
misattributed
no.
some.
I that's something that everyone does. So I'm not singling you out. But I have to mention these things when they happen, um, because it has to be very, very clear, because everyone, like I said, is conditioned to believe that whatever, because they come from a world in which everything is done and told you what to do. So everything is, everyone tells you what to do. So I am making the point very abundantly clear that I am not in any shape or fashion recommending anything. But I am saying that that isn't true.
That's thank you so much. And just one more question. I don't want to take more of your time, but like what I do is like I make sort of like a in my head like a hierarchy matrix of like all these different recommendations and schools of philosophy that people recommend, and then try to litmus test some ideas of some things in my own life, and then see like how it plays out. So for me, I call it iterating between different things. I would assume that you probably have a better wording or a better philosophy of trying to sort of litmus test different ideas. But like for me personally, I just try a lot of different things, see what sticks on the wall, and then see how it goes. Yeah, that's my last thought.
No,
Thank you.
I don't litmus test those things. I don't, because I know all prescriptions are nonsense. So it might take you. I mean, you're deeply into intellectualism. You have a soft heart for self-help, and it'll probably take many lifetimes to get over that. But that's just where you are. And but yes, testing it is far better than believing it.
See a problem with consciously trying to change your short game, and by short game I don't mean like golf short game. I mean like the way that you do your chores, the way that you like wash the dishes. Because like the way I've been doing it for 17 years has been goddamn mediocre.